and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is a special edition where our focus is on the Q4 earnings. PNB Housing Finance has announced its Q4 FY23 results, reporting a consolidated net profit of 279 crore rupees, registering a growth of 64.7%. We've seen the company's net interest income for the January to March quarter come in at 627 crore rupees as well. We have with us, a special guest joining right in to discuss more about the earnings going forward. Mr. Girish Kousgi joins in. He's the MD and CEO of PNB Housing Finance. Welcome, sir, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. You've also helped us understand through your press filing that you've successfully completed the rights issue of 2,500 crore rupees nearly in May 2023. Now, this issue was also subscribed around 1.2 times. Could you help our viewers really understand what will be the proceeds really be used for? You've said that it will be used for funding of strategic growth plans. Could you share with us some more granular details on that?
Sure. Thank you. Good afternoon. So I think this was long pending. So finally we raised capital. Now this proceeds would be utilized for business growth. Now our focus is more on retail. So within retail we have two segments. One is prime and one is affordable. We just started affordable last quarter. We disbursed about 137 crores. So I think that will gain a lot of traction in this year. Prime is the business which we have been doing since many years. So we see a lot of opportunity both in prime and affordable, both within retail. So the focus is going to be growing our retail. So if we look at the kind of growth what we have shown in last year, whole year, and also last 2 quarters, I think it's phenomenal. So quarter 4 over quarter 3, the disbursement growth was 33%. And if you look at YOY, it was 22% and whole year was 22%. So we want to grow for next few years, book of about 17 to 18% and disbursement of about 22+%. So we have a very ambitious growth plan and this capital would help us to grow at about 17 and 22%. So that's the objective of raising this capital.
Okay. We've also seen encouraging trends as far as your asset quality is concerned. In this quarter, we've seen the gross NPAs decline by 430 basis points to about 3.83%. Do you see further improvement from these levels going forward? What could be the guidance that you can share with us?
Yeah, definitely. Yes. If you look at last 1 year, we have dropped by more than 50%. Even if you look at last quarter and this quarter, I think the drop is more than 100 basis. So this trend would continue and in next 4 to 5 quarters, you will see PNB Housing being comparable with some of the best housing finance companies in the industry as far as GNPA is concerned. And if you have to talk about corporate, I think corporate, we have just 2 accounts left now. And out of these 2 accounts, 1 account constitutes to almost 92%. And this account is backed by one of the largest developer in the country. So we are pretty comfortable and we have one more account which is very small, constitutes 8% of 846 crores. And this we have planned to resolve in next 3 to 4, maybe max 6 months time. So in next 3 to 4 quarters, you will see, this will keep on reducing. Our recoveries are going to be more than flow.
Okay. Could you help us, what you have also said in your answers, I would want you to expound upon that between corporate loan book and your retail and prime. How is the division right now currently as far as the loan book is concerned, and what would be the outlook since you said that retail would be your key focus? Where do you see that, larger pie really growing to vis-a-vis the others?
We took a conscious call to degrow corporate book since we had certain challenge on the portfolio in terms of GNPA. So now we have brought it down to a considerable level. We still have some work to do. So we want to further bring it down, corporate delinquency. And once we bring it down, probably end of this financial year, we're going to restart corporate business. But if you look at the overall mix, corporate would be a very small portion for us in the entire portfolio. And the focus would remain on retail. So if we look at this year, contribution from corporate is going to be very less. Focus on retail is going to be very high. At any given point in time in future, at a portfolio level, our corporate book would be less than 10%. I think that's our view in terms of mix.
Okay. Also, if you could help us understand on the net interest margins, sir, where do they currently stand at and what's the outlook? Because I believe there has been a dip right here. Could you also give us some of the reasons behind that?
So for a company like PNB Housing, we feel that spread of 2.5 and NIM of 3.5 is ideal. And last couple of quarters, they were one-offs, and therefore you'll see the percentage being slightly higher. We'll be able to maintain 2.5 and 3.5 in future as well. So mid-term to long-term, we'll be able to maintain 2.5 of spread and 3.5% of NIM.
Okay. Sir, like you also pointed out on disbursements that during FY23, they've grown by 33% year on year to 14,965 crores. What's the outlook on disbursements for FY24?
So I mentioned we'll be able to grow disbursements by 22%, and the loan book will grow by 17 to 18%.
Okay. And where is this larger pie going to come out from? Again, from the affordable housing space and the retail space?
So this year we are looking at a mix of approximately, let's say, 89 and 11. 89 from prime and 11% from affordable. That's for this year. And going forward, affordable will try to scale it up so that eventually the mix would look like maybe 75 prime and 25 affordable within retail.
Okay. Where is the larger demand really coming in from currently for your loans, sir? Geographically speaking, is there a spike in some of the areas?
We have a national presence, so I think for us all the markets are very important. Having said that, we see the demand is quite more in certain states. Whole of South, we have very good demand. We have good demand coming in from Gujarat, Rajasthan, Delhi, NCR, Pune and Mumbai markets.
Okay. Some comments which I would like on the current news issues as well from you, apart from the earnings, is that recently we saw this RBI's decision to withdraw the 2000 rupee notes. I wanted to take your own understanding of this decision. How do you view this, and will it really have an impact on the real estate demand?
I think most of our payments are through digital means. So we don't see any impact as far as our business is concerned, whether in terms of either lending or accepting payments from our customers.
Okay. There's also a huge expectation that this decision is likely to boost liquidity in the entire banking space. There are some estimates that suggest perhaps 50,000 crores to 1 lakh crore rupees could be coming in into the banks as well. In view of that, how do you really see the movement as far as the interest rates is concerned on the back of huge deposits that are likely to take place because of this move, sir?
See, if you look at the interest rates, it has gone up substantially in last 4 to 5 quarters. And now I think it might reach to a consolidation stage for next few months. And then it might start it might start coming down. So I don't think so this would any which ways impact on the interest rate side. But we also accept deposits. So if there is more liquidity in system, that would obviously help our deposits.
Okay, understood that too. Well, many thanks for being with us, sir, on this show and discussing with us all the insights about your earnings and on these news developments too. And going forward, all the very best to you for the coming quarters. And we shall definitely touch base with you to understand more about the business insights going forward. Many thanks for being with us on Business Today TV.
Thank you so much.